There it is. Is Paladin the new Mage in Arena? This is the question. I've got a pretty kick-ass deck here, and I might be able to nudge it up to a 12 wins, hopefully. If I get off to a good start, lowly Squire, Coin, and protecting with the Noble Sacrifice. I just had that last turn, and the last guy just couldn't really do anything about it. Mind Control Tech for those dire situations, and free muster for battles. 2 Trill Silver Champions, that's nice, and then a few biggies. But the main overpowered card that seems to be really swaying a lot of my wins so far as Paladin is this guy, Muckler's Champion. Give your other minions +1/+1. I never play him on turn 5 unless it seems adamant that there's no way they can do anything about it, and so far I've been too paranoid to take the chance. But good old turn 7, oh yeah, put him on the board and play your hero power and watch the fun happen. He's been very reliable for me, actually. Got a couple of Guardians of Kings as well as my big boys, so pretty good deck, to be quite frank, and it's carried me so far, and I'm hoping to go to the 12 wins, so let's see if we can do it. But yeah, I've been playing a few arenas now since the Grand Tournament was released, and I've been playing as Mage as all of them, and I've been noticing I'm having a much tougher time versus Paladins. And well, look what it is, a Paladin. Okay. Alright, this is tricky. I think we'll get rid of that. Hold on to this just in case he does manage to get himself an early sword of some sort. And hope to get a 1-mana card. That's not a 1-mana card, and that's a card I'm going to play on probably turn 7. So that's pretty unfortunate, but we'll have to wait and see how the rest of this goes. Okay, we're getting biggies. That's not good. This is not one of my better starts, because this is obviously not going to get played on turn 2. I'm going to hold on to that for dear life, just in case he does get lucky and get his weapon out. Okay, that's not a bad card for him. We might just have to bite the bullet here. I've got a bit unfortunate, because I only have like one other mech. And I was assuming, when I originally built this deck, I was going to go, I know what, I'm going to go for mechs with this Paladin. But I never got any mini shielded bots or anything like that. Wow, this guy's really going for it. That is impressive. Let's see if he runs out of steam though. There is a slight issue here, is I won't be able to deal with that minion. Or I might have to, and bite it into the face. And I guess that's what I'll have to do under these circumstances. So, this is not pretty. Or I could just take the 2 damage here and assume that if he Divine Shields that though, I'm going to have such a horrible time. There's no way he can consecrate unless he... No, he's used his coin. So I could just face into that, attack into that, but that still leaves that, so I may as well attack the face there. He'll get one more hit no matter what I do. But I don't know what else he plans to do to this guy. So I guess my best bet really in this situation is really just to get rid of him. So I'm just going to go and do that, because I have the option to do it. I don't particularly like starting at 16 health within the first few turns, but there you go. Let's just hope that he's got a deck that's going to run out of steam. But there's clearly a huge level of aggression coming from him. I do know that I have some protection cards, such as that, so that's what I'm kind of banking on. I'm half tempted to play this just to have a free on the board, but I'm also tempted to play this just to almost bait a consecration. So we're going to have to clear the board here, and we will have protection next turn. So I can either risk it for the biscuit and throw down another muster for battle, hoping that I can get carried away with Muckler's Champion and Sludge Belter later on, or play a more solid-ish free, but that's not that great. I think I might risk it for the biscuit with muster for battle, and if he uses consecrate then so be it. I've still got something to play after that, such as the Stranglethorn Tiger. So we're just going to have to take it again to the face, which is most unfortunate, but this guy's not really giving me much of a choice. Let's do it. I might even be tempted to play Muckler's Champion next turn, just because I'm going to assume that he's used a lot of his juice so far in terms of aggression. That could be a Blessings of King coming onto that next turn, so it'd probably be a good idea to get rid of that card straight away. Like, it's not great to play 4 on a 5 when I've got quite a few good 5 mana cards, but he's had his turn. I want my turn to get control. So that's what I'm going to damn well do, is get control. He's got 3 cards left. Let's hope one of them isn't the ability to take all of my cards. What you got there, Ritter Tangle? What have you got? 9 health already on turn 5. This is rough. He might play a weapon here. Oh wow, okay. This shows that he's running out of steam now. So much so that... Oh wow, that's a really good card to get there. Give a minion +3 attack and Divine Shield. Yeah, that would do quite nicely. That would deal with this. Obviously I could still hit it with the face and chuck down another minion that would benefit from Muckler's Champion. So I'm really tempted to do that. I mean, what could he possibly have? Next turn... I don't think Paladin really has anything that can just smash my face. So I am... As good as this card is in this situation, he could still sort of one-shot these minions with Consecration or whatever. Whereas Sludge Belcher, I don't see what he's going to have against that. So I'm really tempted to smack the face, put down a Sludge Belcher, and then this, and then that, and just keep pumping up the Sludge Belcher. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. We're going to bite the bullet here. And we're just going to do it. Now, the greatest fear that I'm going to have is if this guy, since he has got probably just as many wins as I have, might have an Equality/Consecration combo. This is good, because that doesn't solve his problem. That just sort of puts it on ice, and theoretically I can put that on ice, and then play this guy again next time. But I'm going to get value from this guy straight up, and this will bait the Equality/Consecration. So we're going to go for that. And I've still got stuff I can play afterwards. Now we do some damage to the face, because those guys aren't going to clear that minion anyway. So you'd be tempted to play a weapon as well now. Ah, that's what the Acidic Swamp Ooze is for. Waiting for that weapon. Ah, interesting. So he hasn't got a clear. This is really good news for me. You're basically about to see... Oh wow, that's also a really good drop. You're basically about to see the reason why I've got so far in this arena run. Like, I could even give this guy the Divine Shield and get rid of that. I could do... There's quite a lot of options here, to be honest. But I've got to think about what I want to do. I think I want to make sure I'm staying alive. Again, the Paladin can't really nuke me down unless he gets super lucky and does 8 damage with that Divine Split to my face. There's not much I can play if I play this and then a Hero Power, because then I'm left with 2 mana. But I still think you got to do what you got to do. And I could trade, or I could just still keep going for the face. Ooh, options, options. Or I could keep him frozen. I think I'm going to keep him frozen. I'm going to risk it a little bit and buff up my cards. Worst case scenario is he has a way to remove this and then a card that charges, like Leroy Jenkins, and goes straight for the face. If he gets that, I am just going to go and cry. That's pretty much all he can do to come back now. Uh-oh. Weapons out, silence, face, and then that 3 damage Paladin card. I don't even play Paladin that often, but I'm just saying, I think Paladin is now the new Mage in Arena. I think they've taken the top spot. They were already like second in my opinion. Mage was always top, then Paladin very closely afterwards. Oh, there you go. Muckler's Champion, you boy. Short and sweet. Thank you very much indeed. Tis mine. So I got 8-0 before I started losing. Obviously the deck is amazing, but it has no Consecrate or Equality, which is like a super combo breaker. But it's just solid and reliable. The only times where I really lost is where I basically got 3 mana cards onwards. Even when I did a full mulligan, I needed those 1 mana cards, those 2 mana cards, that tempo, and I just didn't get it. So other than that, this deck has done really well. And Paladin just feels stronger. And I've only got a few of the new cards. It's that Muckler's Champion, I'm telling you. Get that card if you can. Okay. Not too shabby. So 150 gold for my price of entering the arena. And then 260 gold as my reward alongside a pack. Hopefully this pack might contain a legendary, because I didn't have all that much luck with legendaries when it came to doing my pack opening. And if you haven't seen that video, you might want to check it out. It's quite funny. Joey's hosting it. Oh, what? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. This is not right. Why am I getting Goblins versus Gnome cards as a reward for the arena when the Grand Tournament is the latest expansion? That can't be right. I don't want Goblins versus Gnomes. Huh. Is there any way to flip it and switch to the Grand Tournament? Because that's really bad in my opinion. Why does anyone want the Goblin versus Gnome cards? I've got them all now. I want this. The latest expansion. Why am I getting Goblin versus Gnome cards as an award for arena? Why is that happening? Maybe it changes next month. But that doesn't seem right. What are your opinions on this? Because if you know a way to get around that, I'd happily use it, because otherwise I've got to just not play arena then with my gold and spend it straight up on the packs, and it's a bit more fun to actually play the arena. So I don't quite understand why I got a Goblin versus Gnome card there, and I don't think it's an option. You know, oh, I want those Goblin versus Gnome cards. I really want those cards. No. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and yay, another 12 wins on arena. And Muckler's Champion. Get him. If you've got muster for champion. This is why I said Paladin, like that muster, you know, that's so good. Like 3 Argent champions, just like 3 1/1 cards, as well as the weapon, 4 charges on it. It's crazy. And then you just keep filling the board up, which Paladin is very capable of doing. And then Muckler's Champion. Your biggest problem really is mages with their flame strike threats, because Muckler's Champion, you have to be in a position where you can play a high health minion before you play Muckler's Champion and his buff, because that way, if you do buff up all your little minions and he tries to flame strike them, you still got that big minion on the board. You have to have a minion left on the board to basically threaten their flame strike. If you can't do that, then yeah, you're going to still suffer versus mages. So they are still very competitive, mages, but in my opinion, I think Paladins might have just notched it to be the best. I'll put a straw poll in the video description below and you can let me know. I guess I'll put down each of the classes and then you can vote for which class you think is the best. So with the Grand Tournament and your experiences in Arena in the last few days. So if you'd like to do that, then check out the video description below and fill in your opinion with the straw poll. Is it Paladin? Is it Mage? Perhaps it's another class that you're being more successful with since the Arena, or rather the Grand Tournament release. Anyway, this has been Witty. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please thumbs this video up and share it with others if you think they'll enjoy it. And take care and have a good one. Bye bye.